Hi everybody, so I'm here with a part one of the Dior Holiday collection. So I've pretty much bought the whole collection and I'm dividing it over 2 days so that colours match up. Starting with this eyeshadow Quint, the Plum, the one I've been so excited to try. So I'm going to be trying a look with this today, and I've got all of the new 3 blushes, but I'm only going to try 2 of them today. Starry Pink and Starry Mauve, because I think these 2 would work better with this palette. I've got that really red one, but I'll try that with the other palette tomorrow in part 2, so do look out for that. I've also got this super shimmery, glittery, fabulous lipstick from the new Dior Rouge launch. There's 4 shades of these. I picked up 2. Again, I've got another one to show you tomorrow with the other collection. And I've also got, for a highlighter, I've got the liquid highlighter and I've also got the powder highlighter, the new ones. So today we're going to look at the powder highlight. So I can't wait to put this look together, I really can't. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah, I'm 48, I'm not a professional, I'm just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty, and here on my channel I show you my favourite looks and the latest releases, and I give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy this content, I would love it ever so much if you did subscribe. Lots of people watch but they don't subscribe, so if you could, I'd be ever so grateful. It really does help me a lot. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. And my skin tone, for looking at these shades and why they work quite well on me, I've got cool tones, but they do lean a bit neutral, so I should get away with the warms tomorrow, hopefully. And I've got fair to light skin, and I've also got blue eyes. Anyway, that is enough about me. Let's dive straight into the Dior review. So let's look straight away at this eyeshadow Quint. And before I do anything, I will play you my swatch video, so here it is. This was £62, and it says, for the Christmas season, Diorshow 5 Couleurs, the iconic Dior eyeshadow palette is housed in a new limited edition golden case, which we got last year for the holidays. The eyeshadows are adorned with a starry carnage motif, while pearlescent pigments on the surface delicately reveal the details of the motif. And you can see from swatching, they are still there. And this Plum Parade is described as having silver pearlescent pigments running through it, and the other one has gold, which is why we'll be looking at that tomorrow. So wish me luck, we are diving into another gold. I do like the look of it, it does look beautiful. Anyway, let's not digress. So this provides intense long wearing results with an ultra creamy powder finish and texture. So let's just, actually, before I quickly dive in, what I've done is I've brought out some of my purpley palettes so we can see, do you possibly already have these shades? So I think the best thing for me to do quickly is to do a quick swatch on my hand of this palette. So the first one I'm going to look at side by side is the Miss Dior Daring Lilac. And you can see basically everyone I'm going to show you is nowhere near as rich. So we can see if that central shade from Daring Lilac matches any of these, plus that glitter shade. And I'll also look at the slightly more brown shade from Miss Dior, because you are going to see quite a bit of a similarity really if you've got Miss Dior. In fact, now I'm seeing them, quite a striking similarity. So here is Miss Dior, and here's the Christmas one. So more pigment for sure, and we're getting much more of a rich purple here. But if you're not looking for this deep purple, you do sort of have this, sort of, because these are plums and this is lilac. But it's not a million miles away, is it? Then I've got the L'Atelier Mauve number 943. You see these next to each other. There's no browns at all in there, so the only ones to look at would be this one and this one, just in case you're hanging on to this for 1 or 2 shades, or thinking, have you, actually now I'm looking at it, it's a pink, so there's only 1 shade to look at, which is the lilac from that one. Definitely different. And I think it's going to be the same with this one. This one is Sweet Bouquet, if you look at these side by side. And I will swatch the the shimmer and the lilac. There they are from Sweet Bouquet. So this one, which you can hardly see, is the light sparkle. So it's sort of similar, the light sparkle. And then this one is quite similar to the shade here from this one. So you've got two. I think you're going to find with, if you're someone like me who tends to go for all of the lilac-y ones, you are going to have a few crossovers, but then you're not going to have a clear match, which is what I'm finding. So the next one I've got here is Misty Iris, which is a very new launch, probably the newest out of all the ones I'm showing you. And this is like a subtle version of this almost. So again, you're going to have these shades, but in a much more subtle, soft sort of shade. So this is like the winter, deeper version. Even though I do think Misty Iris is swatching better, it's almost like a better formula, which is a little bit worrying. So there's Misty Iris, but can you see how this one's swatched? Because they're all sparkly in this Christmas one, and this one is more of a sort of creamy satin. We're not getting that in this Christmas one. They're all sparkles and not quite as smooth as Misty Iris. So if you're a fan of Misty Iris, also the Misty Iris has that sort of raised bump to suggest they may be baked. This one doesn't. So again, maybe the formula is a bit better in that one. And then the last one I've got to look at is number 933, Pastel Glow. Again, the only two I'm going to look at here are these two here. Actually, shall I swatch that reddish brown just in case? I will. It's completely different, but anyway. So there's Pastel Glow. So again, sort of got this shade, but we're just getting richer tones here. You can see from the way they're swatched on my hand from this holiday one, we're not getting much pigment as usual, as you don't tend to with Dior, which is fine by me. I'm quite happy with the way they work, but obviously if you're watching a Dior review, I would imagine you know that and you're happy with that, or maybe you're just curious to see what the holiday collection looks like this year. So anyway, I'll put those away and I'll go straight into my first look. So I'll do two different looks so we can see the colours a bit more, I think. So what shall I do? I think I'll do this all over the lid on one eye. This is literally off the top of my head very quickly. I'm filming so late in the day. We've had horrific problems here with our plumber. Not with our plumber, sorry, with our water. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that stunning? It's a one and done, just this. Wow. But basically, my hot water pump is broken and leaking, and water came pouring through my ceiling last week, and we've had no pump and no hot water all week. We've been having showers that are like little dribble water showers with cold water, and finally the plumber came. He's been here all day, so I've been doing my swatch videos and whatnot all day instead of filming this, and he's now left. All the pipes are replaced, everything's running smoothly, but the pump is broken. We need a new pump. Anyway, so we've got to wait till Monday now. To say I'm fed up is an understatement, and I'm running really late in doing this, so my brain is a bit scrambled, I will be honest with you, so please be kind to me if I make an absolute hash of this review. But if anything can cheer me up, it's a lilac-y, purpley, plummy, sparkly Dior eyeshadow, and wowzers, this is pretty. If anyone saw as well, I put a picture up last night of me trying overnight curlers, which I have tried before with great success. I've never tried 3, which is what I did, and they were quite sort of narrow. Anyway, the result was horrific, which is why my hair's up. You can sort of see some of the curls there, but honestly you don't want to see them. It was so bad. I won't give up on them, I'm just going to try them differently. But safe to say, I much prefer the one when you put the big long one around your head. I've tried that one, it works really well. But I was able to sleep. It didn't bother me at night, but it just looked awful. My goodness, it was awful. I just need to wash my hair now with water that works. Oh. So let's take the Pencil Pro, and run the same shade underneath on both sides. So I think we've definitely established we've got two beautiful one and dones here. Aren't they beautiful? So you've got two looks easily, two simple looks. I do love that we get these one and dones from these palettes. You've got multiple uses, but obviously we're going to build more and add more colour. This one is so soft as well. This one would be really good just for spring as well. You wouldn't need to just think of this as a sugar plum fairy Christmas look, because this is, well, for me all year round, to be honest. I think what I'll do now is I'll take my Wayne Gross number 6 and I'll go into this more rich purple. I'll do on this side because this is the side where we put the darker of the shimmers. You know, they're all shimmers, like I said, they're all shimmery. They're not the sort of shimmers that really emphasise texture. They're pretty shimmers, they're not over the top, they're not overly glittery, they're very complementary on mature skin. There's no fallout using brushes with them, so they're very friendly shimmers. And that's given me quite a nice bit of depth there, look. I will go in and tidy that a bit more, but for me that's enough. And for a purpley type shade, it's blending beautifully, but it isn't a matte. It is purple mattes that are more difficult. I was thinking, I want to test this shade to see does it work as a liner. Maybe I'll try it on the other side. So what I'll do is I'll take this one on this brush now to try on this side to add a bit of depth, because I think they can both do the same thing. So I just want to show you sort of different looks and different purposes of the powders. Obviously you could put all 5 together as well. This is why it's better for me to not to have one on each eye. So tomorrow I can try 2 different looks with the warmer palette. What's it called? The Fire, is it? Oh, I won't even try to remember the name off the top of my head because I won't get there. I love the way that this colour sits on top of this shimmer. I think together they look really pretty. Now I was going to see what I get with this sort of as a pop of light in the middle, but I'm getting such a good pop already from this shimmer. Maybe not so much this side, but I will still try it just so we can see. Just going to take the fluffy brush. I was using the double-ended one from Victoria Beckham earlier, the slightly smaller fluffy brush. Now I'm using the bigger one to just soften all of these edges here. Gorgeous, they really are gorgeous, and they're giving such a good sparkle. I love that. So what I'll do is I'll try both of these deep shades as liners, but I think to mix it up I'll go with the purple on, wait a minute, on this side where I use this more sort of deep. I don't know if that's showing up enough as a liner, but anyway, it's matching above and below if nothing else. I might go over it with the darkest shade as well at the end, but I want to show you, if you want to try this as a sort of soft liner, it does work actually, doesn't it? I think that is enough, you know. So this is the lighter look, and I think we'll get more depth on the other side when I try that deeper shade as a liner. But gosh, what an easy beautiful look. So I'm just wiping this off on my wrist, basically being very quick here. Why not? Because with Dior you can get away with just swapping over without cleaning the brush off too much, because it doesn't pick up a lot. That's not terribly deep, is it? As you'd expect with Dior, you're not going to get a huge amount of depth. I do think with a colour like this, if you really want to pack it on, you could, and then you could have more of a smoked out finish with it than I've done. But you've seen I didn't apply a lot of it, of either of these darker shades, and they gave me, for me, significant depth, enough. But if you want more, you could just keep going, and that's how I work with Dior. You just back in and keep going and slowly build. Never get something massively deep. But look how much more I've got already from just going back in there, so you can get quite a bit really. Oh, I really like this. So if I was to totally leave it, and certainly this side, I feel like I really wouldn't want to add any sort of brightness. The only thing I would add would be maybe this now for the inner corner. Yeah. don't think it needs to go in the middle on top of this shade because it really is so bright and beautiful, isn't it? I love that, I really do. It's worth having this almost just for that shade. I like it so much. It's got to be one of the best out of all of those quints I've just shown you. And as you've seen, I am a sucker for buying the lilacs. This one is one of my favourite shades of all of them, straight away. I'll do the same on the other side, but I will try popping this in the middle on this side as well. Let's pop it under the brow. It's not massively impactful, this shimmer, because when you see it, you can see it though, look. Hopefully you're seeing that on camera. It's not over the top, I think that's what it is. Now I've gone on 3 times, it is a little bit over the top. Literally contradicting myself as I go. I told you I'd be a nightmare, didn't I? Right, now, if I take this one on my finger, let's see what happens if I pop this in the middle of this one. Yeah, that's definitely giving me the brightness. You see, this is what I was looking for in the face palette, the Couture face palette, the ones that are sitting behind me, the face palette and the eyeshadow. It just didn't have anything that quite gave the pop I was looking for. This is exactly the sort of pop I was talking about if you saw those reviews. Yeah, that touch of light, which I think has brought this look to look a bit like this, but I still think the best pop of light I've got is by using this one all over the lid. That is really, really pretty. I can see me almost ditching this one because I just want to use this one every time. But for building up the outer V, either one of these two, I think they're both really nice, but my favourite is definitely this side. Definitely. What do you think? So they're not different looks particularly, but I wanted to show you the different ways you can use it. So you don't have to build up the outer V, you don't have to line, you don't have to add anything other than having one or the other all over as your one and done. So you could just do this all over, this in the inner corner, and a little bit of liner and nothing in the outer V for a really simple look. And then obviously on this side, that means skipping this in the centre to give it that pop, and not putting either of these two in the outer V. But then you could add that in as a sort of day to night look as well, so that's quite a good way of wearing it in a light way, and then in the evening adding the depth and then this across the top to give it more shimmer. But this shade is always going to give you this level of light, which is stunning. That is really, really, really pretty. I'm just going to go slightly in with my blender brush with the same shade I used all over the lid, and just take it a little bit so I've got a bit more of this colour evident above my hooded lid. Oh, it's such a pretty colour, isn't it? Now I'll do the same on the other side with this one, just taking a bit above here. Oh, there we go. Love, love, love those looks. So I'll just go in with some mascara and then we can look at the blush and the highlight. Oh, and that fabulous lip. I've gone in with mascara and now I'm going to look at the 2 blushes and I'm going to try the 2 together. So let's now look, we'll try one each side, but I think they'll go nicely together. So the first one I'm going to look at is Starry Pink, which I do believe has more of a pearly finish than the other pink. So I'll compare it to the original. And here it is. I say original, the one that launched this year, the reformulated one that was so much better than the previous ones, the one that actually had a bit of pigment. It's another PH one again. So there's the one from earlier this year, and here is Starry Pink. So you can see there's a slight difference in shade there as well. But let's see what the difference is like in finish, if I can even get it to show up, because it's very hard to get these colours to even show up on camera, to be honest. But they are a bit easier now that they've been reformulated, and they are so much better pigment wise, so hopefully these ones are as well. No, it's more of a sort of baby soft pink. This is the one from the summer, and this is the one, the holiday one, Starry Pink, so it's much more of a white sort of baby pink. So here is pink and here is the starry pearly one. Again, you can just see it's more of a sort of soft baby pink, but it's definitely more shiny. but I thought it was going to have less of a glow with a pearly finish. But it's definitely less, it looks more shiny. It looks really nice actually. So I'm going to try that straight away. I'm going to use my Faithful Rapper brush. Let's just get this on. I'm going to be really generous because you've seen how the pigment is. But look, straight away I'm seeing it, which is what happened with the reformulated ones. You actually see them quite quickly. I didn't mention as well that the slight difference in packaging with these is that you're getting the gold edge, whereas the other ones have the silver. So if you're trying to figure out which ones are the Holiday, the only difference is that gold. And again, you're seeing the colour of the blush in the top. It's not because it's see-through showing you the blush, it's literally in the top. So you can see what you're getting, which is what they do with the other one as well. And it just says these are limited edition, so these won't be staying around. So if you prefer it to this pink one, which is permanent, and it is really nice, you might want to pick it up, because with Dior, limited edition absolutely means limited edition. I know these are available now in the UK on the Dior site. Very, very light. Perfect for my skin tone though, I really like it. But yeah, I haven't seen them on the US site yet. If you do, please do let me know. But otherwise, if I see them available on the US site, I will put a link out. So please look out for that on my Instagram account, which is han.beauty101, or on my community tab here on YouTube. You can see I've got quite a nice glow. I definitely don't need a highlighter, which I always find with these blushes, but we are testing a highlighter today. So we're just going to have double glow, but I like adding these as my sort of glowy topper. I love them for that exact reason. That is giving quite a glow, isn't it? More of a glow than the other one, and a lighter pink. Very, very good for really, really fair, light complexions. And this is also a really good sort of fixer shade. So if you've got a blush on that's too rich for your skin tone, having something like this in your collection is really useful for calming down another blush. That went on so easily. And I'll try the other one on its own for now. So the other shade I'm going to try today is this one, which is Starry Mauve. And also you can see the stars in the embossing on this. I didn't point that out. You don't get that in the other one, even though the embossing, as you can see from my fairly well loved one from the summer, the embossing is gone. Anyway, I'll just clean off this brush and we'll go into Starry Mauve. These are £39 by the way. So this one definitely giving me quite a bit more. But Dior level quite a bit more, so I'm not scared. That's why I've gone for the deepest shade, which I'll use tomorrow, and I should be fine as long as I just go with about this amount. Oh, that is lovely. Again, we're getting that glow. This one is a bit warmer though. It looks quite cool, but I feel like it's a little bit warm. Not a lot, not enough to put me off wanting it, but if you're someone who likes a true cool, I don't think this one is. It does look a tad warm. But it's a very nice shade. I do like it, and it is different. What have I got here that might be slightly similar? I've got them all out just in case there is one that's similar, but I don't think there is, you know. Certainly not in my collection. I've got, which one's this? Candy. That's no point comparing it to Candy. Rosewood could be a comparison, but Rosewood's a lot deeper. So if you know Rosewood, to give you an idea, come on camera, thank you. There's Rosewood, and here is Starry Mauve. You can see how much lighter it is. Rosewood can pack quite a punch on my skin tone, so I do think really they've gone for one for very fair, one for light to medium, and then the other one is going to be medium to deep. So they have catered for all skin tones, because this one's going to work well on light to medium and it could be built up. So you can see I'm getting quite a bit more, and that's enough for me, but you could keep building and get more and more. But I want to see how these two work together, because I think they could work well together. So I'm taking it more on the top part of my cheek. So we've got that lighter pink on the bottom, and they definitely do work together. Now I didn't buy them for that purpose, but I did want to try them together because I do like doing this. But I will definitely be trying these out with the liquid blush we had from Dior, and also with the blush sticks we had from Dior, because I love combining them. So I will do that when time allows. Maybe I'll do a shorts reel with that at some point, because it'd be interesting to see how they all look. Maybe I'll find a new favourite combination, especially with this light pink, which so far is my favourite out of the only two I've tested. I can't see the reddish one being my favourite. Tomorrow, I'm not saying I won't love it, but it won't be my favourite. It's very unlikely, but you never know. I'm trying to get this to show up, but as you can see, all it's really doing is what I said it could do, which is slightly softening another brush if you want to use it for that purpose. It's also a lot more glowy. Can you see? This one is so glowy. It's like I've put a highlighter across my cheek. In fact, it's actually emphasising texture I'm seeing now when I'm layering it on top of another blush. I didn't see it do that there, but I'm definitely seeing it here. Can you see that? Which is not very nice. So maybe you shouldn't layer it. I don't know if that's what's caused it, because I didn't get that here so much. But be aware of that. This is very much like having a highlighter on your face. So I'm now going to glow from the heavens, because we're now going to move to the highlighter. I do have a swatch video of the highlighter, so I'll just quickly play that for you. So this is the Glow Luminizer 001 Dior Star, and we've got this beautiful, beautiful packaging with the stars on. I really do like it, and this sort of padded, lovely packaging they have here on the top. Really, really nice. This is 55, so this is quite the investment, and it also matches the Couture packaging. If you've seen those, it's exactly the same style. So they look quite nice together if you kept them all together. And you've seen this in the video, but here it is again. So this is the Glow Luminizer highlighter in a limited edition case adorned with the Christian Dior band and a starry canage motif, which we just saw there on the front. It reveals a new radiant gold shade, 001 Gold Star. So a gold shade, which is not necessarily music to my ears, but it's quite a light gold, and I did think it was quite pretty, so it might work on my skin tone, it might not, I really don't know, to be honest. So you have Luminizer, this Luminizer blends with the skin and diffuses light in its purest intensity. This has a sequin finish, this one. It was very sparkly, so I am going to be really, really sparkly, but this is Christmas. We are allowed to sparkle a little bit too much over Christmas, aren't we? Infused with hyaluronic acid as well to hydrate your skin. And this has a shimmering pearlescent pigment in gel technology. So let's take it on here and see if it's going to really... Actually, I was thinking, is it going to be too much? I don't think it is. I think it actually works on my skin tone. It's almost not a gold. Thank goodness. But if you've got light to medium skin, is it going to be too light? But do keep in mind it's going on top of that light blush, which has already given me quite a pop, a very light shimmer. But layering this on top, that's actually very nice. Very nice. And this would look really nice on top of the eyes. Use it as a topper, which we really don't need today, but now this side, which looks so extra glowy, is going to look a little bit Tin Man now, which isn't because of the highlighter, it's because of layering that light blush there. See, I can't quite get over how much that light blush looks like a highlight, it really does. So, Christmas or not, I wouldn't use both together. But I will take this one down the nose because it's not a deep gold that looks like, it just doesn't even look like a gold to me, it really doesn't. Which is very good news for me. But like I said, if you're anything other than, I think anything, if you are medium skin toned or above, I don't know if this would work for you, and this is the only offering we're getting, unfortunately. But yeah, very pretty. Not a favourite though. I'm not going to say it's a favourite. It's just okay. I have tried ones I've preferred. It is pretty, and it is an extremely soft gel-like formula that we've sort of got used to from Dior. It is really pretty, but it's not a favourite. My personal favourites, which I keep in my drawer here, is this one from Dior, the Lilac Mania, funnily enough. This one, and this one has less of a silky finish. Definitely does. It's more of a, you can see the lilac in it, which is what I love. Again, it's so hard to show these lilacs up on camera. Hopefully you're going to see something when I edit this, and I'll see what you're actually seeing. But yeah, this one is a lot more of a silky soft finish, less powdery if you're looking at the two different formulas. So this one has that gel technology, whereas maybe Lilac Mania didn't, but I prefer that finish. So again, this one's pretty, just depends on your taste. But I don't think you'd be disappointed with it if you've got fair to light anyway skin tones. So now I'm super excited to try this lipstick. I really am. I mean, let me just play you the swatch video and you'll see why, if you haven't seen this already anyway. So here's my swatch video. Can you see why I'm excited? So this is £45. There are 4 shades you can try in this. One of them is a deep red, I think. I will pop the pictures up now on the screen of the 4 shades you can get anyway. I've just gone for the lighter pinky brown in satin, which I'll be trying tomorrow. And I've gone for this one, the Crystal Fini Sparkle. So this, did I say it's 45? I think I did. And these are limited edition, so once these have gone, they have gone. We're getting the gold case and the classic sort of Dior top, but we're getting the gold case, which is just for Christmas, again matching up with the eyeshadow case. Now the red that we're getting in the Christmas release is the 999 Velvet, which is already a well-known, well-loved shade, isn't it? So do keep that in mind. You might already have some of these shades, but I do believe this one's new. I think it is anyway, so please do let me know if you've ever seen 010, which this one is, Crystal, before. The other 2 shades are 210 Circus in a satin finish, which is the one I've got to show you tomorrow, and 629 Parade, and then the 999. I remember that, the velvet red. But yeah, I will pop them up now for you, but let's just try this. I want to see what it's like on its own, but I also want to see what it's like as a topper. So pretty. So let's just see what this does completely on its own. It does say new glittery sparkle finish, so the other formulas, velvet or satin, they're not new, but this new sparkle finish is new. Oh wow. Are you seeing this? Oh, that is stunning. I can ever so slightly feel the glitter as it glides on. It's so slight. When I rub my lips together, I don't feel it at all. It might just be that there's a bit of a spray on the outside, but I can see this shimmer running through the bullet, so it's not going to disappear. Oh, that is, oh dear, that is absolutely gorgeous. What do you think of that? Oh wow, I love it. On its own, just as an everyday sparkle. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is so cool. Very hydrating, very comfortable, very sparkly. And it's perfect with this whole look, isn't it? But I think what I'd like to do is, you might have seen me trying these, the new sequin finish from Dior with the gloss on the end, and I thought what I didn't think was great about these is that they didn't have any shimmer. So let me put one of these on and let's see which shade shall I go with. I'll go with this one. I don't actually know which one it is. The reason I might have possibly got the shades wrong actually in my review, so do note that, is because I got these as from somebody who got them as samples, so they don't have the stickers on. Anyway, I'm going to go for the, not the brown. If you saw me trying a brown, then I've got the sort of nude pink, and I've got this pink, which is a little bit more of a browny pink, that's deeper than the nude, the light nude. So I won't tell you the name in case I've got it wrong again, but I'll put that on, let it dry down, and instead of trying to activate the sparkle and add the gloss, we will try this beauty on top. I think it's going to be great, you know. So I think I've given that enough time to sort of dry down. I put it on off camera just so you didn't have to wait and watch with me. And these, by the way, they do fully dry down with no transfer if you give them enough time. I've got, yeah, there we go. It's already enough time because it's already given me no transfer. So instead of putting the gloss from the bottom, let's put this beauty on top. Oh yes. The only slight problem I've got is this is so drying, this sequin formula, that I really need the hydration of the gloss. And this is a lipstick. Look at the mess I've just made. So it came off on the bullet. But anyway. But yeah, it's not giving me quite as much hydration. So it's not too bad initially, but I can see me needing a gloss fairly soon, and then I might lose that sparkle. But I don't know, it is quite comfortable. It might last me quite a while. In fact, when I run out of hydration, I can just top up with this. So I could take this out, put that layer from the sequin underneath, which will lock in for hours, and then just take this out as to top up the hydration. And then I'm just reintroducing sparkle every time. I love that idea. That is a perfect lipstick. I'm just cleaning it off because it's so pretty. I just used a makeup wipe and it's come off. I want to keep it looking pretty. Obviously you don't need to do that, but oh, I love that. Oh, I love everything I've tried. I really, really do. I love the eye. I knew I was going to love this plum. That's got to be up there with one of the best quads, best eyeshadow mixes, best general eye looks I've tried for the holiday releases, because they are my favourite sort of colours. And this shade, as I keep saying, is just, it's a knockout shade. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you're a fan of lilacs, purples and a little bit of sparkle without the emphasising of texture, this one is absolutely beautiful. And I'm more than happy with these shades as liner shades. They work fine for me. If you've got a deeper skin tone and you're going to try this, I don't know if you would, or you might not like these colours on you. You might want to reach for the more warm option. But if you did, you might want to reach for another liner if you want a bit more depth. But for me, this is perfect for everything. Liner, inner corner, one and dones, day to night, everything. Absolutely stunning. Well done, Dior. Love, love, love. And as for these, I think I need to try these new blushes a bit more to fully decide. I really, really liked this side when I just used this light pink. I really did. But I think I would prefer it if I'm just using it without highlighter, and definitely not layering it with this one, because layering the two together just gave me way too much of a glow. And obviously then I put the highlighter on. So I won't be layering them again for sure. And what I'll probably try, which will be my favourite combination, would be to put the matte liquid blush down first and then top with one of these. So that will give me the sort of, it'll lock it in, which is what I like to do, but it'll give me the glow, because these definitely have quite a lot of glow, more than the others. So it makes sense for a Christmas launch that that's what's happening. So I need to try them more, but if that's what they're going to give me, glowy blush finish, and I can work with both of these shades, then they could become favourites. I don't know if they'll be better. I honestly don't know, but I know that I'm going to get quite a bit of use out of them, especially this lighter shade here. I'm picking up the wrong one. the Starry Pink. And I realised the whole time I was holding up the silver one. So I told you I shouldn't be filming after 5. My brain literally does not function. So I do apologise. Tomorrow when I'm doing part 2, I will make sure I film earlier in the day, because I don't have the plumber coming tomorrow. Although I might still be on cold showers tonight, so I might be a bit deranged again because of that. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now and go off and edit to hopefully get this out for you for today. So I do hope you've enjoyed part 1 of the full Dior collection. I think it is sensational. Absolutely thumbs up, everything. Loved it. Love to hear your thoughts on everything I've just tried. Dior have knocked everything out of the park for me this year. They are my #1 brand this year, by a country mile. They are absolutely brilliant this year, and they've just come out with a winner for the holiday launch, because it's the overall thing. So maybe this one quint isn't the best eyeshadow I've tried for the whole, like I love the one from Lancome, we've got the Pat McGrath to look at, we've got those 9 pans from Chanel to look at, but it's the combination of the lovely coloured blush that worked so well and made the lips, the eyes, everything together. It's just the combination, it's just perfect, and the packaging is the best I've tried. And I've tried everything pretty much if you've been following my channel. So yes, Dior, you are absolutely wonderful, and I love you very much, I really do. I am a Dior stan, that is for sure. Anyway, please do let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on this collection. Have you ordered any of the things I've tried on, or maybe you've gone for the warmer ones? So hopefully you can enjoy part 2 tomorrow. But if you have enjoyed this one, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, I'd be delighted if you did, and if you already are, you're at the end of another review, and I'm so grateful to you, I really am, honestly. And I do hope to see you all again for my next video. Take care everybody, bye.